out of the pop sort of fanzine movement, because they really started with music industry, didn't they? People were sort of, you know, fed up with the magazines they could buy sort of in the newsagent and wanted to sort of write their own stuff. Make their own ones, yeah. Yeah.
Well, that came out of the punk movement as well. Really.
Right. Now, where did this sort of phrase, sort of romantic movement come from? You know, new romantic.
Some idiot journalist.
Oh, really? Wouldn't you know?
No, that's all right. I think it was, though, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember us rehearsing, I can remember this, we rehearsed in this huge rehearsal room up at Easy Eye, you know, big old dive, but I mean, and we were talking about it, it's like, where does this come from? And then it starts getting a bit paranoid, you start getting a bit like, oh, we've got to get out of this, you know. So I noticed, like, like Midge turning up with a ponytail, you know, like you'd do anything to get, because you just feel like you've been labelled, and it's going to go like that,
ballet, you know. They started wearing blankets for no apparent reason, folded in over one shoulder, until it got weirder and weirder. I was going to ask you about on the video Vienna. Have you noticed that Blur, one of the videos that Blur's done is very much like, it seems almost to be a tribute to Vienna, where they go to a stately home. I've forgotten the name of the song, but it's very much...
Oh, the stately home, the one with
it's not Country
Keith
House.
Allen?
No, it's not Country House. They're all dressed up in tuxedos.
Well, those guys are managed by the same manager that Ultravox had in the 80s, Chris Morrison. He also manages Elastica as well. But we met Blur, didn't we? We did this gig out in, before last, in Estonia. Have you talked about that, yeah? And we met up with them. They got more drunk than we did. No, oh, that's weird.
You big fans of them, or I mean, at the moment,
I tell you, Blur are pretty bizarre, because I was looking at Music Week. I know it's a bit of a boring trade magazine, and I just went straight past this ad, and it was them taking the mickey out of like the yuppie sort of thing. They were dressed up like a bunch of business guys. It was quite funny, really. A bit hard to explain unless you've seen it. But I just didn't even get it. And then it was only afterwards I realised it was them, just taking the mickey, you know.
What about, you know, that video for Vienna? I mean, you know, when they said you were coming in, I immediately think of Midge coming out of the mist there in his raincoat and everything. Where did that come from? Because it was quite revolutionary, really, wasn't it, at the time?
Russell Mulcahy, a lot of it came from the
producer.
He was
the producer,
Sorry,
did a lot of Duran Duran videos, went on to do Highlander, the film.
He did, well, the thing...
Whoa, Simon!
he was really sort of going for it, was that guy. I mean, it was perfect to meet up with someone like that who really wanted to make a name for himself as well. Right. It's so incredibly energetic, you know.
You're actually going to be playing that very record for us a little bit later on. Yeah, and we'll be coming back shortly on Live TV. I can't wait, because he's desperate to know whether Newcastle is still top, and I think they are.
Don't you think the new kit's nice?
It is nice, yes. I think David Ginola's nice. I mean, as a footballer, of course.
I'll go and see that. Oh, yeah, he's incredible.
He models, you know, he models on the Paris fashion catwalks.
Well, they're like that up there. They're all a bit arrogant up in Newcastle anyway, you know. They're like that in the I'd like to see him in midwinter in Newcastle, though.
Well, we'll wait and see, yeah. I mean, this week it was the Mercury Music Awards, which actually Simon went to. How did you sort of see that, you know, Portishead won it? You know, how did you see that, any of you?
I agree with Portishead. I think it's a load of old...
Do you think so?
You know, tripe, really.
They still took the money, though, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, they took the money, but maybe you should give it away to somebody, unless they haven't had any royalties yet. But I think it's for the industry, all that. They love it, because they have a big party, they all get drunk, and you don't see anybody from a record company for about 4 days afterwards, because they all got hangovers. But that's all it's about. It's all the industry scratching each other on the back.
I mean,
yeah, exactly. Next year,
just as bad, and the Brats are just as bad, aren't they? Sure.
It's murder, you know. I mean, it must be nice to get an award. Everybody, you know, it's great. But I mean, you know, it's not what it's all about. Really.
What about when Ultravox first started? Was there anything? Were there any awards that you were up for or anything? Because you were...
Yeah, we got the single award for the. Is it the BPI award?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we got that, but we were in Australia, which was typical of Ultravox. We always missed out on the parties. And we got either a Novella award. At the time, you'd almost take it all for granted, and then you dig it out later and think, oh, you hear about someone else getting it, you think, oh, I got that, you know.
Well, someone who's not taking anything for granted is Pauline, because she's actually getting married today at the Star Trek convention. Let's see what's happening.
We're in Manchester.
Hi guys. Hi. Hi. Now you're going to play for us now because we've been grilling you and we've given you sandwiches. So now it's time for some music. I think. What are you going to play for us first? What are you going to play?
You tell
Oh, I love that one. I love that one. So I'll leave you to it, guys. Thank you.